Anthony Joshua vs. Jake Paul. Key takeaways from a wild night in Miami. On December 19th, 2025, Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul finally squared off in one of the most talked-about crossover boxing bouts of the year. Dubbed Judgment Day, the fight unfolded at the Kaseya Center in Miami and streamed live on Netflix to millions of subscribers worldwide. What followed was a strange mix of spectacle, frustration, and a clear outcome that many fans had been clamoring for. Paul was decisively beaten by the former heavyweight champion. 1. A fight that took time to heat up. From the opening bell, the bout felt oddly tentative. For the first several rounds, neither fighter engaged with the urgency many had expected. Joshua, the seasoned former two-time unified heavyweight world champion, seemed patient and measured. Paul, the YouTube star-turned-boxer who's built his career on big personalities and big upsets, avoided consistent engagement and spent much of his time moving and clinching. For purists, the early pace bordered on dull, prompting social media reactions calling it boring, or even a circus rather than a true boxing contest. 2. The turning point. Joshua takes over. As the fight progressed, Joshua's skills and experience began to show. In the 5th round, he dropped Paul twice, opening the door for a decisive conclusion. Then, in the 6th round, a powerful right hand sent Paul to the canvas and led to a knockout victory for Joshua. Paul attempted to rise but was visibly hurt, and the referees stepped in to stop the fight. The win marked Joshua's first fight in nearly 15 months, and it enhanced his reputation as a heavyweight force even after years at the elite level. For Paul, it was his second professional loss and his first by stoppage. 3. Paul's injury and aftermath. Post-fight reporting confirmed that Paul likely suffered a broken jaw in the KO blow, a serious injury that will require weeks of recovery. Despite the setback, Paul publicly maintained a positive attitude, expressing admiration for the sport and vowing to return stronger. He also hinted that, with better conditioning and in his natural weight class, he still believes he can one day win a world title. 4. Reactions, respect, and criticism. Joshua struck a sportsmanlike tone after the fight. Although critical of the slow early pace, he praised Paul for getting up repeatedly and acknowledged the toughness needed to last into the later rounds against a bigger, more experienced opponent. However, reactions from fans and commentators were mixed. Some criticized Joshua for pacing himself and not going for the early finish others expected. A few described the match as not what they paid to see, due to the long stretches of limited action. 5. What this means for boxing. This fight was symbolic of boxing's evolving entertainment landscape, blending traditional professional competition with crossover appeal driven by social media stars and streaming platforms. While the spectacle drew millions of viewers, reactions suggest a deeper debate about whether such crossover matchups elevate the sport or dilute its competitive integrity. Looking ahead. With this victory, Joshua has hinted at future high-profile contests, including potential matchups with fellow heavyweight star Tyson Fury, as he looks toward 2026. Paul's career, though bruised, is likely to continue, though perhaps with a reassessment of his aspirations and the level of competition he seeks. Enjoyed watching? Subscribe to Just News Broadcast for more, like, and share to reach more people.